Kepler, basically what I understand being said by you and your staff is that you cannot tell us at this point what, if any, the safety problems are at Zimmer because you're not done with your investigation. Is that correct? And that you hope to be done with that investigation by the first half of next year. That wasn't what you said. I'm sorry. What did you say?
We hope to be done with the list of allegations that we have now will probably take us into next year. But as I said earlier, the list is growing faster than it's being put to bed.
I guess my question is, when will we know and how will we know what, if any, the safety problems are at Zimmer?
We'll know when we finish the investigation and the quality confirmation program. That will give us a good indication of what they are, and then they'll all have to be corrected before the plant can get an operating license. And I understand your desire to get specific information from me, but at the point in time that we're at, it's just, it is wild speculation on my part.
How will we be informed of any safety problems that you might discover?
Well, I intend to conduct all my meetings with the utility down here open to the public, probably at the Americana Motel up by the airport. We did our last meeting down there. But more than that, probably as we get into some significant findings, we'll move ahead to hold a news conference or a public meeting of some kind.
Councilman, can I interject something here that you've just suggested? I'll let you get back to it. You've raised the point of the investigation being ongoing, and I wanted to ask you and your council. This city signed an agreement back in, November or so, in which it said in exchange for withdrawing as an intervener in the licensing proceedings, the gas company would install some monitors and monitor radiation, if any, in the air and water. And further, there was a paragraph 19 of that agreement which said that the city would agree to do nothing directly or collaterally to interfere with licensing. This has been interpreted as effectively removing the city of Cincinnati from even holding public hearings on the issue of safety and reliability, or even endorsing our hearings. Furthermore, even endorsing our hearings as individuals who happen to be on city council. A very sweeping paragraph. Is there anything that the NRC can do to allow the city to discharge its responsibility, its police power, protecting the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of this area, and ensuring that Cincinnati Gas and Electric will not interpret the holding a public hearing or the attending of those meetings as a violation of that agreement and rip the monitors out of the water as a penalty? It's a bit of a wordy question, but I hope you get the drift of it.
I genuinely don't know. But I guess I would like to consider your question and let me get back to you. I don't have any thoughts at the moment, and I am a firm believer that ultimately to have this project get an operating license, that not only does the NRC have to be very genuine in its approach and be very open in its approach, but I think the utility does too.
I think if you can get that across to the utility, they may agree to let the city participate.
Well, I can't speak for the utility here.
I know.
But I am a believer that public confidence has to exist in both the utility and the NRC as well as the plant. And to the extent that that again was why I endorsed the concept of having open public hearings on the quality assurance difficulties. So I guess I'd like to offer I'll consider the matter. I don't know what I can do, but
I'd appreciate it.
I
Our council
personally
would
have an
appreciate
interest
it if
in
you
this
would.
regard.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, Mr. Guckenberger?
Mr. Kepler, I'm struck by the force of your statement, your various statements, the sin there is, etc., the fact that you don't know what the problems might be. Do you feel that it's appropriate for you to comment generally on the cooperation and assistance and communication that you have with the utility in resolving the matters that you're investigating?
I think we're getting good cooperation out of the utility with respect to the quality confirmation program and the adherence to the immediate action letter. If I didn't have that degree of cooperation, then we would have taken steps more stringent than we have to date. I guess that that doesn't mean to say we don't have some problems. It's a very complex project. We have our share of flaps with them, but that I consider the give and take of the business. But I would say that the area that I feel that I guess and I'm speaking as a personal view here rather than an agency position, I am disappointed that Cincinnati Gas and Electric has not been more forceful in terms of its defense of its own posture and standing up to assure the public that the job will be completed right in its public affairs image.
I have to agree with you. I think if the party on the other side, so to speak, has something to say and thinks it has a defensible position, that there should be no reason why it should not come to a hearing such as this and defend its position.
I don't know all of the reasons why organizations or people do certain things, and I won't take either side on that point, but I will say that at some point in this total, highly volatile, highly visible issue, Cincinnati Gas and Electric is going to have to get off the sidelines and get on the playing field and make its position known to the public.
Mr. Serber had one follow-up.